Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. You know, it is good to start crying and exposing something that was done wrong to you when you get hurt. But if you were aware of the issue and you didn't speak up or speak out, only you spoke out only when it hurt you, it's kind of like losing a little bit of your credibility. I understand that we are sometimes afraid to do and say certain things in certain circumstances because, negative consequences could erupt. And I understand that for you and I, who I don't think we are so independent that we can say whatever we want because, nothing will happen to us. But in the case of other people who have, besides a name, money, recognition, and influence, and age, which is they don't have much longer to live. So, you know what I mean? It's different when you have, hey, I have one more month to live. I can do what the fuck I want. I don't give a shit. Right? So when let's say you're 75, how much longer do you think you're going to live? 3,000? No, probably not. So what do you have to lose? You're a billionaire. You have everything fixed. Maybe you don't even have any hairs or anything, anybody to come after you. So you have really nothing to be worried about. So you can just burn down the house. But no, they still keep their money and the name and all that. Why did I start with this? I started with this because we have Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who is, I think, 68 or 69 years old. So he's there. He's got money. He's got fame, he's got name, he's got recognition. I don't think these guys are going to have him starving before he dies. Far from it. So now he comes just because, not just because, he was involved in this before, but not to that extent. He gets now out and he starts saying things. Maybe because now media pays more attention to him because he's a threat to the other establishment position, you know what I mean? The people in charge, or he just says, now it's about me, so now I'm gonna spill the beans right here. Which is, I admire that, but on the other hand, I'm asking, where were you a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? You were definitely aware of this. Did you speak up? Did you say anything about it? And if you said, and I didn't hear from you, that means the mass media probably did a very good job on keeping you unknown. Maybe I could have found you on YouTube, which in my extensive research I didn't, or on other platforms and other sources of information I use. Nevertheless, I'm not here to bash him because now he is on the side of truth. I think he always been. So what happened? If you remember, he shows up in various platforms. He's interviewed by this blogger, by that personality, by that one. Not really by the mainstream media who are trying to basically assassinate his character. They try to destroy him, so he has no chance. They just try to bash him left and right. They call him all kind of names because they can debate the guy, including that weasel Bill Maher, which he's over there because he's... All right, people who know exactly what I'm talking about, I don't have to say anymore anything. So let's go and see here in this article. Mr. Kennedy was again banned by YouTube. So one of his videos, an interview that he conducted with someone, or someone conducted with him, that video was taken out by YouTube. Remember a few days ago his interview with Jordan Peterson, the great Jordan Peterson. I strongly advise you or refer you to listen to him. He's not an angel or anything, but it's extraordinary compared with... Just listen to him. So we have here Fox News talking about another video pulled down by YouTube, and Mr. Kennedy will say certain things about the connection between the establishment and these platforms that probably you knew about, but it's getting dangerous because they do it legally. They are bypassing the Constitution, the freedom of speech that we have over there enshrined. So, Fox News. This is June 28, 2023. YouTube censors another RFK Jr. interview. Kennedy says platform protecting political establishment. Half of this talks about what Robert F. Kennedy talks about this situation, and then the last, which I'm not going to read, the final part of the interview, of the article, is going to cover for what. So they're going to destroy actually whatever he said. I'm not going to read that one. You can read it on your own, because you can read that every day. Democrat presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. announced online that another of his interviews has been removed from social media giant YouTube. Kennedy announced that his interview with former New York Post reporter Al Gard had been taken off the prominent video sharing platform. The Democrat challenger to President Biden in 2024 primaries has already seen one of his interviews removed from YouTube due to an apparent violation of the website's vaccine misinformation policy. And I'm quoting Kennedy. YouTube just pulled another of my videos with former New York Post political reporter Gard. Kennedy wrote in a Tuesday Twitter thread, and I'm quoting again, people made a big deal about Russia supposedly manipulating internet information to influence a presidential election. Shouldn't we be worried when giant tech corporations do the same? Question mark, end quote. And I'm quoting again, when industry and government are so closely linked, there is little difference between private and government censorship, he continued. And again, I'm quoting, suppression of free speech is not suddenly okay when it is contracted out to the private corporations that control the public sphere. So it says, well, you can't allow these guys from the, private to suppress suppress free speech, because they know what the government at that time really wants. Basically, this is a connection he wants. Some private institutions are going to censor corporations, private corporations are going to censor people because they know what the government wants them to censor. And he's going to make that point further down here. Kennedy wrote that, and I'm quoting, Twitter files proved that numerous government agencies acting through the FBI told Twitter whom to censor, end quote, and that, quote unquote, Twitter complied, end quote. FBI is part of the US government, mind you. And again, doubtless, Facebook, YouTube, and the rest received similar requests, end quote, Kennedy wrote. And I'm quoting again, in the case of my interview with Gard, YouTube probably acted on its own initiative, end quote, he continued. And I'm quoting again, this is important here, not that everything I said wasn't. YouTube has internalized the political wishes of the establishment to the point where it knows what to censor without being told, end quote. Now, from here down, from this point down here, not there, but anyway, from here down is just they tell us that YouTube has this policy and that community guidelines, the community which you are not in, determine that this is this and this is this and this is that. But you were never asked. But the community decided for you. And who's part of that community? Those views. So basically that's the second half. Read it on your own, obviously. And he makes this point. Wait a minute. You have the government. The government suggests, requests these platforms to do this and do that. Those guys comply, and then they reflexively do it again because they already know what they're supposed to do. He claims. Do you think that is so? Direct experience. I see things that I'm not supposed to say. Ideas, opinions, not opinions, assessments. Conclusions that I draw based on evidence. And when I'm trying to post it, and I'm just a little guy, all right, not Kennedy whatsoever, and I'm trying to post them, YouTube has issues with my little conclusions. I don't think my conclusions are wrong. They don't bother to tell me what is wrong. They just say it's, something over there, the community guidelines. But on the other hand, on the same issue, there's certain ideology, a certain idea that you can say whatever you want without any evidence that supports that idea. I watched both. I just don't watch people that, I like or I identify with them. No, I watch the other side because I'm learning a lot. And I watch certain guys that are on the other side of the issue. They can say anything they want, maybe not everything, but I observed without providing any evidence. No, they do not provide, okay, I have this like I'm trying to do. This is the evidence I have. This is the knowledge I have. I put it together, right? I analyze it and I draw a conclusion. And I say, I think this is it. That's how we do it in life. This is it. And they say, no, that's the wrong conclusion you drew. You violated something. But I go on the other side and I see people not doing this, not trying to empirically, analyze information, analyze it and then come with a conclusion. No, they don't gather it like that and then create a conclusion, come with a conclusion 50 fucking times. But they just say it and then say, where's the evidence? That's not right. Why? Because through my evidence, that's not true. They don't get banned. They still are over there. They still are monetized, great people, a lot of subscribers, and they're over there. And I'm thinking, why? And then again, if I say, let's say, abortion, I put the title, just type abortion. I guarantee you that on the next, 3,000 videos, if there are 3,000, you're going to find everything or most 99.9% on one side. And by reading them, you're going to think, well, the issue is settled right there. Look, it's all on that side and nothing to oppose it. So how do you get your information? From YouTube, let's say you want to find someone like me bringing you some evidence here and that. This guy said that, this guy said that. Here it is. No? How? You're not going to find it because certain things are promoted, it seems like, and some others are not. And some others, through direct experience, I'm telling you, they just, no, we have a question about that. And when we have the first question, the next one, Freud is right here with me. Hey, Freud, Jesus Christ. So the next one is, they're going to ban you. A week, 2 weeks, close your channel. So you have to censor yourself. So that's free speech. They say, well, in a governmental businesses, you can have free speech as you want, but a private company can do this and can do that. Okay, but don't you understand that if you interfere with them, they will get it. They would get it what they're supposed to and what they're not supposed to. Understand that they have agendas. Newspapers have agendas. These platforms have agendas. We have agendas. How do you have an agenda? Because you believe in certain things. Let's say I believe in hard work. So my agenda is hard work, isn't it? Let's say I believe in truth. And then how do you get to the truth? While observing whatever happened from as many angles as possible. So it's my agenda to find something that gets closer to what really happened. That's my agenda. I have an agenda. I do have an agenda. But when you have an agenda to hide this and promote only that, that's a different kind of agenda. It's a very corrupted agenda. If I want to find the truth, is a different way and say, let's find whatever it is, wherever the information leads us to. Let's find it. I don't like the other side, just one side. You have to go to the other side to find the other side. The other side, yeah, you do all that. And when you come with all these things, you get banned. You say, wait a minute, I know more and I said more than that weasel and that weasel in their thesis. When they made their thesis, they brought the evidence to support their statement. I provided more diverse, verified information. So I know more than that. I exposed more. I reached the conclusion. My conclusion is closer to the truth than that weasel, but he's right there. YouTube has a problem with me. So understand Kennedy. And if they do it to Kennedy, and not only Kennedy, they did it to Jordan Peterson and many others. They banned the former president of the United States. I think he was still a president of the United States at that time. Twitter, remember? Really? I mean, if they do it to that guy, out. Yeah. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.